Hi, welcome to Spec Hunter. Today I'm excited to give you a first look at the AntiGravity A1. This is not just another drone reveal. This could be one of the most exciting announcements we've seen in years. The A1 is the world's first 360 drone capable of recording in 8K. It promises a new kind of flying experience with features that we have never seen before. With this drone, you can look freely in any direction while flying. You can even see through the drone itself, almost as if it's invisible. The goggles have a built-in display that lets your friends see what you're capturing. And the best part is the ability to reframe and animate your shots later, creating cinematic sequences and effects without needing expert flying skills. The A1 is controlled using a grip motion controller and a pair of vision goggles. The controller works much like DJI's motion controller. The company is also developing a traditional joystick controller based on tester feedback, though it's not ready yet. Starting with the drone itself, the design feels compact and familiar. It weighs less than 250 grams, which makes it regulation-friendly and great for travel. It looks like a mini drone, and while you fly it using goggles and a motion controller, it's not a true FPV drone. You can't make it flip or roll, but you can simulate these effects later with its editing tools. The setup is straightforward. The propellers attach with screws, the battery slides into the back, and the power button sits on top. On the underside, you'll find obstacle avoidance sensors and an auxiliary light. But the interesting part is at the front. What looks like two cameras are actually forward obstacle sensors. So where are the cameras? This is where things change. Instead of one gimbal-mounted camera, the A1 has two 360 cameras, one on top and one on the bottom. Together, they capture 360-degree 8K video. The drone also has legs that automatically extend when landing to protect the lower camera from touching. The ground dot flying this drone feels very different. Thanks to the 360 cameras, you can look around in any direction through the goggles without changing the drone's flight path. The company calls this free motion mode. With traditional drones, your camera view is tied to your flight direction. But here, flight and view are separate. You can fly straight while looking sideways or down. You could fly alongside a moving car while staring right at it, or hover above and look directly below. It's a new kind of freedom. Even better, the drone itself disappears from the footage. The way the cameras are placed allows the stitching to remove the body of the drone, similar to how some 360 action cameras erase a selfie stick. This gives you a clear, uninterrupted view of the world. Unlike drones such as DJI's Avata, where head tracking turns the drone along with your view, the A1 separates them. Your head controls only the viewing angle. The drone stays on its flight path, which makes the experience smoother and less restrictive. At first, I thought this might feel confusing, but the goggles have smart solutions. If you look away from the forward direction, a small picture-in-picture window shows you where the drone is heading. And with one button press, you can snap your view back to the front. These little touches make the experience beginner-friendly and keep you from losing orientation. The software interface is still in development, but I was able to test it. It includes camera controls for adjusting exposure, both manual and automatic. There's a mini-map that shows your drone's position as well as restricted zones. You also get the expected menus to change camera and flight settings. In terms of performance, the A1 feels a lot like flying the Mini 4 Pro. It's stable, responsive, and has similar wind resistance. If you've flown drones in that category, you'll feel right at home here. The real magic, however, is in what happens after you land. Because the drone captures the entire 360 environment, you can reframe your shots later. This removes the pressure of aiming perfectly during the flight. Even if you looked in the wrong direction, it doesn't matter. Everything is saved. On the app, you can rotate the view, change angles, or even set the camera to track a subject. For content creators, this is huge. It saves time, battery life, and makes every flight more productive. It also lets you create multiple videos from a single flight. You can make a top-down view, a wide shot, or a tracking shot, all from the same recording. And you can export in different aspect ratios like widescreen for YouTube or vertical for social media. With keyframes, you can even animate camera moves between different angles. This makes it possible to create dynamic FPV-style shots without being an expert pilot. You can add effects like rolls, dolly zooms, sky transitions, tiny planet views, or even horizon flips. Normally, these would take advanced flying skills, but with the A1, you do it all in post-production. It's fun, creative, and gives you freedom no other drone has offered so far. Now let's talk about the goggles. At first glance, they look similar to DJI's, but they have some unique features. Inside, there are two micro-OLED screens that give you a sharp live preview. They include diopter adjustment, so you can tune them to your eyesight even if you wear glasses. Two antennas flip up on the top, and a front camera gives you a picture-in-picture view of your surroundings, which is useful when landing or taking off. The most unique feature, however, is the external display on the front. This shows a live preview of what the pilot is seeing. This is a game changer because it removes the need for an extra phone or controller for spectators. Anyone standing nearby can just look at the goggles and see the live feed. It makes the flying experience more social and interactive, something we had a lot of fun with during testing. One thing I didn't love is the battery design. Right now, the goggles are powered by a battery pack that hangs around your neck on a lanyard connected by a cable. It works, but it feels clumsy. I think it would be much better to have the battery built into the head strap like DJI has done with newer goggles. Hopefully, that's something AntiGravity improves before release. The grip motion controller deserves some attention too. At first, it looks complicated with all its buttons, but it's actually easy to use. It works like a joystick. There's a trigger to control forward speed, though it doesn't currently let you fly backward. You move your hand to rotate or ascend and descend. There's also a scroll wheel for turning the drone. The key is that your head movements control only the view, not the flight. So if you mess up while flying, you can still reframe your shot later because of the 360 capture. That makes the flying experience much less stressful. The controller also includes the basics you'd expect, like takeoff and landing, recording, photo and video mode, and a toggle for 3 flight speeds. Cine mode is the slowest, giving you smooth cinematic shots. Normal is for everyday flying. Sport mode is the fastest. The drone also includes return to home, which kicks in if the signal drops or the battery runs low. Another clever feature is payload detection. If the drone senses you're trying to carry something, it won't take off. This prevents misuse and adds a layer of safety. I also got a look at the charging hub. It can hold 2 batteries normally and shows charge levels on a small screen. But there's also a flip-out section on the back that lets you charge a third battery at the same time. AntiGravity is also developing prop guard accessories, which will make it safer to fly indoors or in tighter spaces. One last thing to mention is the tester program. If you are selected, you'll get a pre-production unit to try. By sharing feedback and ideas, you could also earn part of a $20,000 reward and receive the retail version of the drone when it launches. So that's the AntiGravity A1. It's compact, under 250 grams, but it's unlike anything else we've seen. 360 cameras capturing in 8K, free motion mode that lets you look around freely without changing your flight path. Goggles with an external screen so your friends can see what you're seeing. A grip controller that makes it easy for beginners. And editing tools that let you turn ordinary footage into dynamic cinematic shots. This is not just another drone. It's a new way of flying and filming. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos. And don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest updates.